Well, for more on China's real estate market, here's Robert Ciemniak, founder, CEO and chief analyst at Real Estate Foresight in Hong Kong. Good morning, Robert. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning, good evening.
Hi there. So I want to start right off the bat, getting your thoughts on the raft of policy adjustments to boost China's property sector. How necessary were they?
So the policies comes on the back of 20-30% drop in new home sales as of August. So it was expected. The degree to which it happened was a surprise, as the capital markets have clearly spoken with a huge rise in the stock prices and even pick up in bond prices in the last 2 weeks. And anecdotal evidence your program was just talking about that's coming in. I think it's too early to see the real impact in the data that we expect to see in the next few weeks. But at the same time, we wouldn't be over-enthusiastic about the underlying housing market, simply because if you look at the policy statement and intent, it is really about stabilization.
Right.
The word being used not to fall further rather than sort of to recover. So we are talking about still a structural shift in the housing market.
Okay, so it's in recovery mode, but we're now seeing what? Down payment percentages being lowered, mortgage rates being slashed. Which of these stimulus measures do you think might have the greatest impact in driving home sales, getting it back to that recovery stage?
So you have different sides of the equation. I think for the consumer, clearly the lower down payments and lower mortgage rates. That's we've been looking at this market for 12 years, and it's always been the case. These are the major factors. But if you think about recovery of confidence in the new home sales and developers, especially those in financial difficulties, I think it's the whitelists and the financing of projects of those projects that were sold but not completed yet. That's around 3.96 million units for 2024 as per Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. So any purchases of land or property or inventory from those distressed developers by state-owned enterprises, which is part of the program, the whitelist financing, these will solve that fundamental problem, and that will boost confidence in new home sales.
I'm glad you bring that up because, we've been talking a lot more on the demand side, but it's that supply, right? All these homes you mentioned that, were sold, but still in the process of being built, not yet completed. What else is being done to tackle that, to boost confidence and to make sure that they actually do get completed?
I think the whitelist project financing, the scheme where specific projects, regardless of developer, based on their viability, get special funding on special terms, which I think by now amounts to over 1.4 trillion RMB in terms of funding approved for that. That remains the big factor. What's up and coming is this intended purchases of land, that's also the recent talk, or the specific projects from those developers by state-owned enterprises. Now, having said that, I think we need to see it in context that the market for new home sales was at 1.6 billion square meters per annum at the peak in 2021. We're now at around half that size for the last 12 months. So we are talking about like a fundamental multi-year sort of reset for new homes to get them to the more sensible, reasonable size and scale that's more sustainable.
Right.
I think we need to see any recovery in that context.
Right. I saw that one of the measures that have been announced, it started in Guangzhou, and I think a few other cities have followed suit, is that they're getting rid of purchase restrictions, so people can now own as many properties as they wish. But really, who does this benefit most? Because I assume not many people can have that many homes.
Well, I would, in our view, the removal of restrictions is more of a sign of the overall policy easing, and to date, this is not the major factor to support the market. This is more of a longer-term view, maybe from the potential upside to developers or new projects in terms of compared to before when you had various price caps, for example. So we think the main focus should still be the easing of mortgage rates, down payments, these support measures for unsold projects. Restrictions probably affect more of the higher end of the market. That's why you see some anecdotal evidence of high-end projects selling out quite quickly.